It was a cool Saturday evening in Detroit, the city of engines, chrome, and roaring ambition. A glitzy launch event was being held at the headquarters of Hawk Motors, one of America's most renowned performance car manufacturers. The place sparkled with champagne flutes, velvet ropes, and shiny concept vehicles under spotlights. Industry tycoons, influencers, car reviewers, and high-end clients mingled while upbeat jazz played in the background. But deep inside the Hawk Motors workshop, in a dimly lit corner away from the glamour, stood a sleek, prototype V12 engine, their most ambitious yet. The problem? It had mysteriously failed during testing and no one had been able to fix it in days. Enter Emily Grace, a 22-year-old woman in overalls, greasy hands, and fire in her eyes. She wasn't invited to the event, nor was she on the engineering team. She was the daughter of the late Frank Grace, a humble yet legendary neighborhood mechanic whose name still echoed in old garages around Michigan. Emily had inherited her father's gift. She could feel machines, the way musicians feel notes or artists feel colors. That day, Emily had shown up to return her father's old tool set that he had once lent to a Hawk Motors junior engineer. But as she passed the main hall, she overheard a conversation that stopped her cold. "What's the fuss about this engine again?" asked Mr. Vaughn, the CEO of Hawk Motors, a tall, charismatic man known for both his genius and arrogance. "Sir, the internal sync of the prototype is off. The team says it could take weeks to decode," replied one of the engineers nervously. Vaughn, frustrated and embarrassed in front of his guests, waved his hand dismissively. "Weeks? This thing cost us millions. I could build a new engine before these guys fix this one." Then came a voice from the side. "Maybe I can help." Everyone turned. There she stood, young, unknown, and out of place. Emily stepped forward with confidence, wiping her hands on a rag. "I might be able to figure it out. My dad taught me a few things." Vaughn laughed. "Your dad? This isn't some junkyard alternator. This is the most advanced internal combustion engine in North America." Emily didn't blink. "That may be true, sir. But it's still an engine. They all have a heartbeat." The crowd chuckled. Vaughn smirked and saw an opportunity. "All right then," he said with mock drama. "I dare you. Fix it, here, in front of everyone. If you succeed, I'll personally offer you a job. If not, well, at least we got some entertainment." The room turned silent. Some scoffed. Some pulled out phones. #MechanicDaughter challenge started trending in real time. Emily walked over to the engine. No manuals. No diagnostics. Just her hands, her eyes, and her instincts. She didn't panic. Instead, she listened. Yes, listened. She leaned in close, touched the metal, turned the flywheel gently, and even placed her cheek against the body. The engineers exchanged confused looks. Vaughn rolled his eyes. Then Emily spoke, "You guys have been looking for what's wrong with it. But this engine isn't broken. It's just, misunderstood." She reached for a single bolt tucked between two valve intakes. Tightened it just half a turn, no more, no less. Then she stepped back. "Try it now," she said calmly. An engineer hesitated, then fired up the ignition system. Boom. The engine roared to life, smooth, thunderous, and perfect. Not a hiccup. Not a skip. The crowd gasped. Phones dropped. Jawlines followed. Vaughn's confident smirk faded into disbelief. For a moment, he said nothing. Then finally, he laughed awkwardly, "You got lucky." Emily turned to him, her voice steady. "With all due respect, sir, luck didn't build this engine. Skill did. Just not always where you expect it." The video of that moment hit 10 million views by sunrise. It wasn't just about engines anymore, it was about breaking stereotypes, respecting skill over titles, and the timeless magic of knowing your craft. Emily was on every car podcast, talk show, and tech blog in the country within a week. The hashtags #Engine Whisperer and #Daughter of Frank flooded TikTok and Instagram. She eventually turned down Vaughn's job offer, politely. Instead, she opened her own garage, Grace Precision, in honor of her father. She trained young girls in mechanical skills, gave free repairs to low-income families, and built engines that even Hawk Motors couldn't compete with. As for Vaughn, well, let's just say he never mocked a mechanic again. Moral: never underestimate quiet brilliance. Sometimes, the loudest engine in the room is the one no one sees coming, until it roars.